What's up, solutionaries? We in here. Solutionaries every Monday through Friday, 6 p.m. Eastern. We're gonna chop it up about the topics of the day. I want to chop it up with y'all every single day. That's how much I care about the solutionaries. You coming into the live, you see the stream and all of that. We see the topic. Kamala, I told the team, I said, I don't know if I want to talk about Kamala again. And the team was like, she just keeps doing dumb shit. So you kind of got to talk about it. And this is another doozy, guys. If you're coming in, smash that like button. Y'all like my music? Comment if you know the movie is from. If you don't know what movie it's from, what's up, Simply People? So Kamala Harris, yet again, putting her foot in her mouth and just kind of like making silly decisions based on weird shit. And we're going to talk about that today, and we're going to make sure that everybody is tapping into the classes. You guys know that we're on a tour. October, we start the tour. We got Baton Rouge. We got St. Louis. We got Chicago. We got Cleveland. We got Phoenix. We got a couple of other cities. Let me look real quick just to make sure, guys. I want you all to make sure you're signing up. If you got no folks over in Baton Rouge, and if you know folks in Phoenix, sign up for these classes. Solutionaryuniversity.org, and we can get to it. But guys, let's read this real quick. This comes from CNN Politics. I want to read this for you guys real quick. Let's add this to the stage real quick. Okay, guys. We have Vice President Kamala Harris vows to gut the Senate's filibuster rule. Okay? To pass a bill codifying abortion rights has cost her an endorsement from a leading Senate moderate, Joe Manchin. If y'all don't know who Joe Manchin is, he out of West Virginia. He was a Democrat that went independent earlier this year. It's yet another, like we talked about yesterday, we got a bunch of people that are showing up, the ex-Democrats that are a little bit upset, that seeing that the Democratic Party ain't really what it is. So because he's such a high-ranking, voice in the Senate, and he has like the power damn near to shift what happens in the White House, he uses the power of this thing called the filibuster a lot. If anybody that doesn't know what a filibuster is, we're going to go into that. We're going to turn this into a political education situation because I don't want to always be fucking talking about Kamala Harris. But let's read some more. The West Virginia Independent, one of the staunchest defenders of the potent delay tactic in the Senate, told CNN on Tuesday that he wouldn't back her candidacy now, despite signaling earlier this month he was getting ready to do so. Quote, "Shame on her," Manchin, who was retiring at year's end, said in the Capitol. "She knows the filibuster is the holy grail of democracy. It's the only thing that keeps us talking and working together. If she gets rid of that, then this will be the House on steroids." Now, for those of y'all that don't know what a filibuster is, it's this weird, like, we're going to just talk to kind of like not have a discussion about or delay some of the legislation or bills being presented moving forward. That's what the filibuster is, okay? And by removing that, you in essence, actually, you know what? Let's read some more. Now that Harris has vowed to gut the filibuster on this issue, and again, guys, the issue is abortion. It's abortion. That she's willing to get rid of this age-old tactic, the concept of the filibuster, that has different implications, and we'll go into that today, has all of these decisions, right, based on murdering babies. That's what this is for. So let's read it again. He says, now that Harris has vowed to gut the filibuster on this issue, Manchin said he wouldn't back her for president. Quote, "That ain't going to happen," he said. "I think that basically can destroy our country. And my country is more important to me than any one person or any one person's ideology. I think it's the most horrible thing." Again, Manchin, a former Democrat who registered as an independent earlier this year, okay, said he still hasn't spoken to Harris despite his attempts to do so. Asked about Harris's past support for gutting the filibuster, Manchin said, "Well, she said she supported banning fracking too, and she changed that. I was hoping she would change this." Manchin's comments come in the wake of Harris telling Wisconsin Public Radio this week, quote, "We should eliminate the filibuster for Roe." Doing so would, now this is why this is important, y'all. I want y'all to understand this. You tapping into solutionary because you're a solutionary. And again, guys, if you're coming in, Hit that like button. Hit the like button. Get the likes up. Boost and share this all over the place. We want to talk to the people every single day, but we need your help. If you're watching on X, repost this. If you're watching on Rumble, share it. If you're watching on YouTube, share it. But make sure whatever platform that you're on, hit the like button. Okay? Doing so, this part is very important, guys, because this gives you an understanding of what would happen and why filibusters are kind of like important, the last tactic for certain situations. He said, doing so would lower the threshold from 60 votes to a simple majority of 51 to advance legislation to protect abortion rights. Sidebar, this is CNN. So they're saying protect abortion rights because they're going to play the word game. What's up, Bookworm? They're going to play the word game. What it is we want to push forward national legislation to murder babies. CNN is going to play the word game. Okay? I'm not. Defenders of the filibuster say preserving the tool forces consensus in the body, unlike in the House of Representatives, where legislation can be rammed through by a majority vote. But critics say the tactic has been abused to prevent the Senate from acting on legislation backed by large swaths of the American public. This argument that they said, this is called a phantom attribute, if y'all know what that is. A phantom attribute is if I do some media and someone would say just like that. They go, well, some would say, or critics would say that gun control isn't racist. That's a phantom attribute. They just say it. The interviewer says it. And that interviewer saying it has nothing to do with anybody really saying it. They just say, well, some people would say, and I would usually go, who said that? I've never heard that before. I don't give them a way out. But that's a phantom attribute when they say it has been abused to prevent the Senate from acting on legislation backed by large swaths of the American public. And as well as saying that a whole bunch of people support it, okay? By large swaths of the American public. That's something that you just could say, okay? Senate GOP Whip John Thune attacked Harris over her filibuster comments and vowed to preserve the delay tactic if he is elected as the majority leader. With Senate Minority Leader Mitch McConnell stepping down, Thune is one of 3 Senate Republicans running for his perch atop the Senate GOP. Quote, I think they're willing to change the filibuster over a whole range of issues. End quote. Thune said of the Democrats. End quote. Start quote. That's the problem. Adding they have a list of legislation they want to pass at 51 votes in the Senate, which undermines not only the Senate, but the country, which is designed to protect minority rights. Once they do it there, they would do it on everything. And when we say minority rights, we're not just talking about minorities per se, meaning if we're having a conversation, the smallest republic is the individual. You making legislation and forcing it through because your team or your funders or your puppet masters are saying this is what we have to get pushed through. To not have a supermajority and just ramming things through, and okay, you could do that in the House, but now we're getting into the Senate, and now you're trying to do it again. Just for things that you want to go through, as opposed to getting a general consensus by Republicans and Democrats. Okay? That's the point that they're trying to do here. And again, like he said, once they do it there, they'll do it on everything. When asked by CNN whether he would change the filibuster on any issue if he was majority leader, Thune said no. Senator Bob Casey, here we go, fucking Pennsylvania Democrat, Bob Casey. Let me read this to y'all real quick. Senator Bob Casey, a Pennsylvania Democrat, told CNN Tuesday that he supports Harris's push in order to pass abortion legislation. So they're willing to destroy an age-old. This is why these people are not conservative. The processes, the order, the system that is designed to maintain a systems of balance and checks and balances, they don't want that. So they don't want to conserve that. I'm actually going to be on the Shade Room tonight, right? Tonight at 9 o'clock, tap into the Shade Room, guys, on TikTok. I'm going to be talking about the Electoral College. And the Electoral College has some issues right and wrong with it. But there are people that's actually trying to remove the Electoral College, and I don't think they really understand how it works. Nor do I think that they really understand that most presidents are not picked by the popular vote. But anyway, that's a sidebar. They want to remove certain things to put other things in to get their agenda. No different than them saying, we want to expand the Supreme Court. Because right now there happens to be conservative justices in those seats that are actually evaluating things based on constitutionality. So instead of them going, we should align with human rights and limited government, we're not going to do that. We're just going to try to get more of our people that's going to see it our way instead of the 9. The reason why that number is 9 is it's a very important reason. There needs to be a certain amount of people that do it, that agree to a thing for a thing to be done, or a rule to be respected by the Supreme Court. Okay? So, Senator Bob Casey, vulnerable Pennsylvania Democrat, told CNN Tuesday that he supports Harris's push in order to pass abortion legislation. Quote, Casey, I think it makes sense to change the rule, end quote, Casey said, adding that it's his belief Democrats should do away with the requirement to address the whole host of policy issues they care about. Well, I'll just say what I believe. This is Casey. I believe for a long time that the 60-vote rule has been an impediment to progress on a whole host of fronts, including voting rights, which we tried to pass in 2022, he continued. And in the process of trying to pass the bill, we tried to change the rule. So we can pass voting rights. I think the same is true for women's rights, workers' rights, so common sense gun measures to reduce gun violence, so on a whole host of fronts. Okay? Guys, they're literally telling you, what's up, y'all? If y'all coming in, listen, guys, hit that like button. I see y'all giving me shouts. Let's try to raise $200 in the support of the work. Guys, before we're going to go back to the story, but I want y'all to be very, very clear. All of your super chats, all of your support, the link is right there, givesendgo.com/solutionary. All of our classes, basic firearm safety, civics, the tour that we are on that we discussed earlier, and I'll go back over that a little bit later. All of this happens because of your voluntary donations and support. So if you guys, let's make a goal today of $200 in super chats. If you got $200 to give, cool. It's only one person, right? If you got $20, let's get 10 folks to give at the $20 level. But anyway, guys, if you got questions, please throw them in with the super chat. Please do, because I want to make sure that we're informing each other on what this whole, filibuster thing is and what it actually means, what it looks like. Okay? But spread the word, repost, hit the like button, things of that nature. All right? Smash the likes. Everybody smash the likes. So let me tell you about this whole filibuster thing. Thank you, Mike Trenton. Boom. Mike is the first one. Let's get 19. What did I say? 20? Let's get 9 more folks at the $20 level. That's $200. Support, guys. All you guys know the work that we do. GiveSendGo.com/solutionary is how we do that, as well as these super chats, buying merch, and all of those other different things. So let's go back a bit, guys, because I know some people in the chat may have not taken our civics class, may need a refresher. Let's read what an actual filibuster is. Okay, let's break it down. Let's get the what's the name definition, and then let's get the what do we call it? The hold on, guys. Let me find this real quick. Let's get the filibuster definition. Filibuster, an action such as prolonged speech that obstructs progress in the legislative assembly while not technically contravening the required process. All right? Historical, a person engaging in, that's historical, that's not what the fuck we're talking about, okay? Guys, a filibuster in simpler terms is the Senate tradition of unlimited debate, which allows for the use of the filibuster, a loosely defined term for action designed to prolong debate and delay or prevent a vote on a bill, resolution, amendment. It's basically, listen, we're going to talk this shit out. We're going to talk this joint out, and since we're going to talk this joint out, it is what it is. Harris is saying she wants to remove the option of a filibuster in the Senate as it relates to so-called abortion rights or women's health care, murdering babies. So if the Democrats have more votes, they just get the majority of 51 votes instead of having to get 60 votes. So again, instead of let's stick to what the people say in this process that we have, let's conserve the system of checks and balances, they now want to try to remove that. Okay, guys? They want to remove that. And this is why Manchin made the statements that he made as it relates to, no, we're not doing that. We're not doing that. We're not doing that because not only is it, you're not just only going to just do it for here, you're going to use it for other places as well. Okay? And that's what it is. That's what they're trying to do. Okay? This is what they're trying to do. Literally. And again, as I said earlier, I was 1000% trying to not have a fucking discussion about Kamala Harris again. Trump taking a slow week. Trump just doing what he's doing, right? Trump ain't been in the news cycle. Kamala has been. And it's just back to back. And it's back to back goofy. It's her 1 minute pretending like she's about to be oh, I love you too. I love you too. Switching her speech patterns up. When she's talking to the Spanish people, she talk this way. When she down south, she ready to, oh, I'm on the ham bone. Aha. Aha. She remind me of fucking the character from Tropic Thunder, Robert Downey Jr.'s character. Okay? This is what they're trying to do. And so when I talk about these conversations and I'm saying, yo, is homegirl trying to actually be a Marxist? Her dad's a trained Marxist? Is that what she's trying to? And when these types of things happen, I'm like, there's no conspiracy theory here. It's just what it is. This is what this person is trying to do. Why is this important for us, guys? If they can get us to agree to filibuster, remove the filibuster, right? Remove the filibuster on these issues. There's nothing to stop a rogue governing body to say, yep, this is the rule now. Yep, you don't need a super majority. The reason why there's 60 is because you got to get some support on both sides. That's more of a representation of what the American people want. Okay? Very, very important, guys. I'm going to read it again for the people that just tapped in. Let's read it again. Start from the top. Manchin, Joe Manchin, won't endorse Harris over vow to gut filibuster to codify abortion rights. Shame on her. Again, this is CNN. They are going to say abortion rights. They are not going to say this extreme leftist Democrat, never mind that states, this has already been kicked down to the states on the overturning of Roe v. Wade. The Supreme Court said the federal government has too much control over what a woman should say here as it relates to what a woman can do with her body. We're going to kick it back down to the state. If you live in a leftist state, that state legislature has said, yes, abortion's up till full term. You can live there and you can get it to happen. But that's because the legislature, which is made up of elected officials of the people, campaigned on a thing and said, this is what we want, state to state. The Supreme Court says federal government don't got nothing to do with it. We overturn Roe v. Wade. We kick it back down to the states. Now they're trying to come up with a way on the federal level. She's running for the presidency of the United States to attempt to make this now a filibuster issue so they can just push it right through. Okay? Filibuster, stop it before it gets to the Supreme Court. But the filibusters is what happens on the Senate level. But if they lower that threshold, like trying to get 13 members of the Supreme Court, instead of them just sticking to the rules, they want these crazy ass agendas that have nothing to do with the improvement of American lives. When people are happy and money is being made, they have children. When they're not, they don't. So never mind the fact that the birth rates are already declining. They want to give women more and more of all of this, even though the federal government just said, hey, it's the states' rights. So now she's trying to ride as the president and push this through as a filibuster. It's like the dumbest thing in the world. So I got to talk about her again. Okay, let's read it again, guys. Vice President Kamala Harris has vowed to gut the Senate's filibuster rule to pass a codifying abortion rights, has cost her an endorsement from a leading Senate moderate, Joe Manchin. Guys, elections are won by 11, 12, maybe 13% of people, the moderates in the middle, that up to last minute decide to go one way or the other. And Manchin is a moderate. Again, he was a Democrat. He went independent earlier this year. The West Virginia Independent, one of the staunchest defenders of the potent delay tactic in the Senate, told CNN Tuesday he would not back her candidacy now, despite signaling earlier this month he was getting ready to do so. I'm glad that she put her foot in her mouth. I'm 100% glad of that. Because in her doing so, now she's losing support from a key moderate figure. Again, guys, 11, 12, maybe 13% sways elections. Okay? Shame on her, Manchin said, who's retiring at year's end. She knows the filibuster is the holy grail of democracy. It's the only thing that keeps us talking and working together. If she gets rid of that, then this will be the House on steroids. Now that Harris has vowed to gut the filibuster on the issue, Manchin said he wouldn't back her for president, and it ain't going to happen. He said, it ain't going to happen. I think that basically can destroy our country, and my country is more important to me than any one person or any one person's ideology. Manchin, a former Democrat who registered as an independent earlier this year, said he still hasn't spoken to Harris despite his attempts to do so. See, they don't want to talk. They want to force and they want to coerce, but they don't want to talk and discuss. That's why you get rid of a filibuster. Asked about Harris's past support for gutting the filibuster, Manchin said, well, she said she supported banning fracking too, and she changed that. She's a flip-flopper, and we all know. Depending on who she in front of, she gonna flip-flop, and you can't give that person a job, especially not potentially the most powerful job in the United States of America. Okay? Manchin's comments come in the wake of Harris telling Wisconsin Public Radio this week, quote, "We should eliminate the filibuster for Roe." Again, doing so would lower the threshold from 60 votes to a simple majority of 51 to advance legislation to protect abortion rights. I'm not even going to go back into the Bob Casey bullshit. He's a tap dancer. I don't fuck with him. He's from Pennsylvania. I think he's a clown. Brother OC with the $20. Let me stop the screen share so the brother can get all of his love. Brother OC, we need 8 more folks at the $20 level to get $200 for the chat tonight. Guys, this supports our work. I want to keep doing this content. I want to keep doing the classes. I want to bring this type of information to the general public every single Monday through Friday. This happens because of you guys' support. So we had 2 folks at the $20 level. We need 8 more to get to $200 goal is what we're trying to get for today. I just make up these numbers every day, right? But thank you, Brother OC. Brother OC says, peace, Maj. What's up with the celebrities are not leaders t-shirt? Entertainers are not leaders. Bookworm or somebody put the link in the chat so I can highlight that. I can put the link in the chat for folks to grab our entertainers are not leaders shirt. Okay? Bookworm, put that in the chat so that can happen. Appreciate you there, Brother OC. And I'll just put it up on the thing. I'll put it in the chat as a link, though, as a hyperlink. But guys, this is what's happening here. They can't win based on more and more people, especially from urban demographics, getting on point. Okay? Donna D said, thanks for that question. That t-shirt, I've been wanting one as well. Bookworm, put it in the live. Put it in the chat. The link to that in the chat, please. Guys, they can't win on as more people from urban demographics start becoming more constitutionally aware and relevant. It's no different than when we started making more people in urban demographics buy firearms and become more Second Amendment supportive, right? They chalked that out. It was like, well, the blacks don't be getting guns, right? So with Black Guns Matter, we started getting more and more people to be Black women are the largest gun buying demographic. Okay? So with that being the case, now they got to import new people to try to skew the numbers. So instead of them winning on constitutional merit, because a lot of their policies and legislation are not constitutional, right? Instead of them winning on just, we're going to present our ideas and let the people choose. No, they import a bunch of unlawful immigrants into the country, say, you guys can vote too. And those guys have no association with American history and don't even know the process. They're going to vote for whoever giving them the welfare. They are not winning based on sound ideas because their ideas are bad. So they try to rig the game. They say, get rid of the filibuster. They say, we don't need 9 seats in the Supreme Court. We need 1 million. Insert whatever number. Okay? We see the play. We see it. And not for something productive. Not in the filibuster on getting us out of wars. Not in the filibuster on insert something that's going to save American dollars a lot. Not let's balance the budget. No conversation around that. But let's end the filibuster to lower the threshold so we can get more women murdering babies. This is where we're at in America, guys. And we got to be very, very mindful of these things. Let's read a little bit more. Let's tap in a little bit more. Somebody put the link. I need somebody to put the link. Actually, I'll find it. I don't know what's up with Bookworm. Bookworm was supposed to do it, but didn't. Let me see what's up. Anybody? Let me find this joint. Somebody find it and put it in the chat because I got stuff to do. I'm working. Right? I'm talking to y'all. Matter of fact, let me get. Hold on one second, y'all. If y'all got questions, ask them. Give me 1 second. I'm going to find it for y'all. I'll get somebody to send it right now. But my point here, guys, is, Bookworm, the link is to the Entertainers Are Not Leaders shirt. Put that link in there, please, in the chat. So folks are asking for that shirt. So She Loves Cam says they're also bringing in migrants to vote for them. Some of the Haitians are being used for that purpose. And that's the point. Extreme leftist politicians don't have a sound understanding of constitutional awareness. They don't have sound policy. They don't have sound legislation to present you. That's why they give you all of this feel-good shit that doesn't actually help you in the long run. So instead of sticking to constitutional values, sticking to these things, what they do is they try to rig the game. Oh, we need mail-in ballots. Oh, we need this. Oh, we need that. It's all capped to get us off further and further off of the constitutional conversation. And if you don't have a respect for the human rights defended and codified in the Bill of Rights and Constitution and limits on government, you get forever expanding government. You get forever wars. You get forever murder of babies. You know what kills more Black people than anything? Abortion. So this same Black Lives Matter leftist conversation doesn't extend into Black Lives Matter unless we want you to kill your Black babies. And they're trying to remove a filibuster, a key component in this democratic process. Remove that so they can push through. You should be able to murder your babies. I'll be damned. I'll be damned. This is the reason why, everybody, this is the reason why the civics class is so important. Okay? We're going to try to get both of those links in there. Bookworm, if you can add the civics link after you add the Entertainers Are Not Leaders t-shirt in the chat. The civics class is important because, to be perfectly honest, guys, a lot of people don't know what a filibuster is. A lot of people have no idea what a filibuster is, the importance of it. I equate the same thing to when Trayvon Martin was murdered by George Zimmerman, right? And he used just a regular self-defense argument. And they said, it's because Florida's a stand your ground state, even though George Zimmerman never used stand your ground as a defense at all, at all. They tried to convince Black people that stand your ground was a bad thing because them crazy white people, right? Little did everybody know, African Americans are successful at defending themselves and not going to jail when shooting someone and using stand your ground as their defense, more than any other ethnic group of Americans. Meaning, a person tries to attack a Black person, they use a firearm and they shoot the person, and they have stand your ground as a defense that defends them, and they defend their freedom more than any other group of people. But mainstream narrative tried to get you to be okay with getting rid of stand your ground laws, even though Zimmerman did not use stand your ground as a defense. It's the same thing here. They're trying to tell you that this is bad. The filibuster is bad to get you to be okay with killing more Black children. This is what they do. They don't have any real legislation, guys. This is why it's very important for the civics class to be full. All of the classes, civics, basic firearm safety, understanding imminent threat. These are very important classes. It's the reason why we have those 3 classes. Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, 7 p.m. Okay? Very important. I still don't have the link to the, y'all taking too long. Come on, y'all. Damn, do I got to find the shit myself? Let me find it. Y'all acting. Come on now. What's going on? Let me find this for y'all. Can't find it. I got a hookup for anybody that can put the link to the Etsy page to the Entertainers Are Not Leaders. Bookworm said which link and didn't do it. Somebody find the Etsy link to our Entertainers Are Not Leaders shirts, and please put it in the chat. As well as, please somebody else put up the link to the civics class in the chat. I want y'all to have these things. I also want you guys to get access to all of the classes, not just 1 or 2. We have 3 of them. And here's how you can help. 1, you can take these classes because you can start being informed and you can start teaching people the things that you learn. Okay? Does the question have to be topic related? Ask whatever. If it's a silly ass question, I'm just not going to answer it. All right? Getting more people involved, you got to go first. You guys know that we pay it forward for others. You guys know that all of our in-person classes are free to all because of voluntary donations. We do not take any outside government money. It's your donations, right? Everybody that donates to givesingo.com/solutionary, that link down at the bottom, okay? If you donate at the $100 level, you get access to all 3 of the classes that I named. You get a curriculum for each one of those classes. You get a free t-shirt. You get access to the Solutionary Non-Telegram group. You get the Black Guns Matter television show, episode 1, all for you donating and paying it forward for somebody else to come to class. Very important, guys. It's not just about selling the classes to you. It's about getting something for you, paying it forward for somebody else. So all of your super chats tonight go towards those efforts. But we also want everybody to go over to the Give, Send, Go page. Simply Deep says, will there ever be an independent POTUS in our lifetime? I think so. I think most of the Republicans are listening to libertarians. And the libertarian is close to liberty as you can get. Independents just are like unaffiliated per se. But a lot of the independents like RFK Jr., who's a defected Democrat, they were at the Libertarian National Convention in DC a few months ago. Donald Trump was at the Libertarian Convention. We offered Joe Biden to come. He just didn't. No problem. I think that if it is independent, they will definitely have a libertarian lean to them. 100%. It's a very good question, Simply Deep. Thank you for that. Easy Tactical said, is that it? I don't know what that means. But this question here, will there be an independent POTUS in our lifetime? I think so. And I think they'll be more libertarian leaning, or they will have a libertarian background for sure. And they're just doing independent so they don't piss anybody off. That's my personal thing. Links are in the captions, guys. All right, let me see where this is at. Somebody said the links are in the captions. So in the captions below, if you're watching on YouTube, that's where you can get the links to all of this stuff. All right. And I'll say it again. I'll just say it. You can get Entertainers Are Not Leaders t-shirt at blackgunsmatter.shop. Let me put that up here real quick because I can change that. All right, guys. That's where this, right under the bottom now, that's where you can get the Entertainers Are Not Leaders shirt. We got a sale over there. Hoodies for $15 or $20. We got the t-shirts for $10, $15. We got the Let's Get Biden to Quit plus Kamala hoodies, $20. You can get that from blackgunsmatter.shop. I'm going to wrap up here, guys, because I got to get ready for the Shade Room in a little bit here. We're going to be talking about the Electoral College. Tap into the Shade Room on TikTok at 9 p.m. Okay, guys? I'm going to be over there talking about the Electoral College. Yes, the Shade Room, TSR, the gossip site, right? But I want you guys to understand a few things. One, the reason why politicians are this bold and saying things like this is because they know that you don't know. They know that you don't understand the Constitution, many of us. They know that you don't really understand civics. You don't understand the protocol. You don't even know what a filibuster is. And they know that. So what do? They say, oh, okay, we're going to do a filibuster. And we're going to get rid of the filibuster. Okay? These are the things that we just have to make sure that we're paying attention to. So we want you guys to take the classes. The classes are online. If you want to take them individually, they're $20 a piece until October the 1st. Okay? Oh, Big D Rob said, tried to post Etsy. Don't think you can post links in the chat. Tried 3 times. Okay, cool. Everybody, that's where you can get the shirts from, the merch. blackgunsmatter.shop. It's right under me. Okay? On top of that, if they know you don't understand civics, they know you're not a part of it, they know you haven't taken the time to invest in self, to take a $20 class, it'll be $50 come October the 1st, right? They know that you won't pay $100 to get access to a whole week worth of class, get all of the curriculums, okay? It does not make sense. Hey, y'all, look at this girl right here, Carmen Sweetheart. Look at this girl right here. She the ops. Carmen, type your social media in the chat. Carmen, type your social media in the chat. Your Instagram, your Facebook, your X. Type what it is in the chat, Carmen, sweetheart. My guys, they get away with this because we are ill-informed. And if we're not investing in the information to strengthen ourselves, right? If we don't do that, we can't get mad. We can't just be talking about Biden, Harris, Trump. It doesn't matter. If you're not involved and you're not informed and you're not willing to invest to be informed, you're wild. You're wild. You're wild. Carmen Sweetheart says, I don't have any other than this, Maj. Why? Why? You used to have like an Instagram and an X and all of that. What happened? Why don't you email me? No. Nobody trying to holler at Carmen. Somebody said, Simply Deep said, sound like somebody trying to holler at Carmen. No, thank you. No, that's not it. Yeah, email me after this. My email is my name at Gmail. Everybody knows that. Email me after this. I don't have your email. My point here, guys, is we got to make sure that we are genuinely paying attention, paying it forward, informing ourselves to make sure that we are empowering ourselves against the politicians. Look, they go, still over half of the general public doesn't even know the 3 branches of government. So we can say just wild shit like this. And if we are not doing the things necessary in order to make sure, right, that we are empowering ourselves, then we can't complain. You can't. It's just what it is. I'm gonna put another thing up here. That's where you guys can support. That's where you guys can support. GiveSendGo.com/solutionary. Okay? Get the classes. Pay it forward for somebody to take a class and get access to all of the classes, the t-shirt, and all that other shit I named. Because these politicians, they seem to be going more and more extreme. They're going more and more extreme because of the fact that the general public is uninformed. Okay? Carmen, sweetheart, I'm gonna say you the ops. I'm gonna say you the ops if you don't email me. You the feds. You the feds, unless you email me. You just randomly got rid of all of your social media? Just randomly? And then you just pop up on, do you have even subscribers on your YouTube channel? This looks like you're doing a reconnaissance mission. But anyway, on a serious note, guys, GiveSendGo.com/solutionary is where we go to get the work supported, where you go to donate and get all access to all of the classes. Okay? This is where we go to make sure that we're supporting and forming the American people. These people are not going to stop. It's not. Is what I typed your email. Everybody that wants to get in contact with me, my email is maj2ray@gmail.com. If you got questions, you got ideas, if you want to be a writer for Solutionary University, shoot me an email. We need writers over there. We got to make more and more people get in this thing. As more and more people get in this thing and changes the culture and changes the personal perception of this thing and the public perception of politics, these politicians can't even say this. Kamala Harris has introduced or is saying that she wants $5 trillion of new taxes over the next 10 years if she's elected. But do the general public understand that? Big D Rob says, before you go, thought on the question above. What's the question? Retype the question, Big D Rob. Pause. Fucking pause. All right. But again, guys, GiveSendGo.com/solutionary is where you can go to donate and where you can and get the classes, where you can go to get the merch. Black Guns Matter .shop. I'm going to put that as my title here as well. Okay. Those are the areas that you guys can support the work. Those are the areas where we can pay it forward. And also, lastly, whatever that next question is, Rob, I'll answer that one. Lastly, we got Baton Rouge coming up. We have Phoenix coming up. We have Cleveland coming up. We have Chicago coming up. We have St. Louis coming up. These are classes that are free to all because of your voluntary donations and when you support. I think we eight $20 chats away from our goal. Let's get 8 people in the chat. It's 324 y'all in here. Let's get 8 more people to match the $20 level before I tap out. Rob says if VZ is the one trying to knock off Trump, he stands to lose the most, allegedly. Easy Tactical said, when I'm coming to Houston. I'm not sure, man. I really love Houston too, man. I'll be all over the wards, all over. I haven't been in years, though. Zelensky. Okay. If Vladimir Zelensky is the one trying to knock off Trump, he stands to lose the most, allegedly. It ain't Zelensky. Zelensky's a puppet. He's an actor, literally, like a dancer. Okay? Very, just not him. I think it's the BlackRock types that are trying to rebuild, and they want all of the money associated with once they destroy Ukraine, they can rebuild it. That's what I think. But if the war efforts in Ukraine stop completely, then there's no more money back. There's no more, the gravy train stops. It's my humble opinion. And again, I don't 100% know, but I don't think it's Zelensky. I think Zelensky's like, who's going to send me some more cocaine money? Okay. Second attempt, dude offers 150K. What you mean? Yvette Everett Lawson III says, I might be late to the party, but when are you going to be in Detroit? We tried to work something out in Detroit. I got my brother, what's his name? Rick Ector, that does Legally Armed in Detroit and trains that women's training weekend. He ain't never get back to me. I love working in Detroit, man. I love working in Detroit. So we might add that as one of the other upcoming cities, which means, guys, we're about $5,000 away from getting 2 more cities. Maybe Detroit can be one of them. Go over to givesendgo.com/solutionary. Be one of those donors. We need, what is that? $150 donors? Just give. Just support the work, guys. Anyway, guys, I'm going to get out of here. Carmen Sweetheart has no social media presence. Carmen Sweetheart is the feds. Carmen Sweetheart and everybody else heard me say, she's starting to look like a honeypot. Everybody in here heard me say, email me. My email is majtoure@gmail.com. Okay? So I want everybody to be aware of that, number one. Number two, in all fairness and in all seriousness, though, guys, promote the classes. We need some help with Phoenix and Baton Rouge. Okay, Carmen, if you're not the feds, then you'll email me. Everybody knows my name, majtoure@gmail. You'll email me. The classes are important, guys. We want you guys to follow whatever platforms you guys follow me on. Do me a huge favor tonight, outside of the support that we obviously want you guys to do, right? Repost this. If you're watching it on Rumble, post it wherever you saw it or are going to share it, okay? And in doing so, I'll repost you. And I'll send the link to the Phoenix and the Baton Rouge and some of the upcoming classes for October we really need you guys to repost those. Phoenix and Baton Rouge mostly. Because we want to make sure that people, especially Baton Rouge, those folks down in Louisiana definitely needs all of that, okay? John Glasgow says, Trump proposed an interest rate cap for credit cards. What do you think of this, Maj? I think government should be out of the business of private institutions. That's something to say. I don't want government involved. If your interest rates is too high for certain credit card companies, just don't get the credit card. And I bet you they changed their interest rate policy. No government intervention involved. I want government out of shit, not adding more into it. I'm not a fan of adding more power to the state. Okay, guys? So again, guys, support the work. GiveSendGo.com/solutionary. Donate. We need 100 more $50 donors. That's a great way to help. 2, get some merch at blackgunsmatter.shop. 3, share this all over the place. And 4, when you do share it, tag me on whatever platform it is. I'll send you the links to the Baton Rouge, Phoenix, or all of those upcoming classes because we definitely need everybody's support to repost those. We need it. Thank you all so much for tapping in. We're going to wrap it up here. You guys make sure that you're thinking, you're being safe, you're being solutionary. I'll talk to y'all tomorrow, 6 p.m. Eastern, across all of the platforms, X, YouTube, Rumble. Be safe, be solutionary. Email me, everybody.